What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the entertainment channel. Thanks for coming through and checking me out. You know, I'm talking about Chicago sports, Chicago Cubs, Chicago Bears, and the Chicago Bulls, plus more. I'm still talking all NBA, all MLB, all NFL, everything you want to hear about sports. Come here, get those takes, authentic Chicago sports fan experience. But today I'm doing a video on the Chicago Cubs, guys. Cubbies right now, they're struggling. Let's be real about it. They've been spiraling a little bit. They lost 4 out of 5. They lost today to the St. Louis Cardinals 8-2. But the good news is we do have help on the way. Shota Imanaga, he'll be back this Thursday against the St. Louis Cardinals. And he hasn't pitched in over a month since May 4th when he hurt his hamstring. But let's get into today's postgame, guys. But thanks for coming through. Before I talk about the postgame, actually, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment, hit subscribe. If you're a Cubs fan, Chicago fan, this is definitely the place you want to be. If you're not one of those teams fans, still drop a comment, still hit like. I want to hear what you guys think. The best way to learn, right, is going around the world, learning from other people. On YouTube, you could talk to anybody in the world. So let me know what you guys think. Let's build the Ant Farm, guys. Hit the subscribe button. We're building slowly but surely. So let's get right into the post game. Let me pull up a little bit of the box score here at MLB.com. And shout out to the feed they have. I usually use ESPN, but I was checking out MLB.com. And I kind of like a lot of the different features they have here. So, like I said, the Cubbies, man, they lost 8-2 today. This is their second loss in a row. They've now lost 4 out of their last 5 games. And Ben Brown, he takes another loss. He's 4-6 on the season. He got clobbered tonight, man. 8 earned runs, 9 hits, 2 walks, only 3 strikeouts, and that's all in 5 innings of pitching. So, like I said, he's 4-6 on the season, 6.13 ERA. And the Cubbies were held in check by, what's his name? Matthew Liberatore. So shout out to Matthew Liberatore. Where's that guy Bagu? And I could say that because I'm also an Italian. That sounds a super paisan. Matthew Liberatore, maybe, I believe. But he went 7 innings. He gave up only 2 runs, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and only 1 walk. And kind of a little bit of a shocker. I mean, he's got a decent ERA, 3.96. He's only 5-6 on the season. In the Cubbies' bats, man, there were just kind of nothing going on. The middle of the lineup produced PCA, Carson, Kelly, Nico Hoerner. They all had 2 hits apiece. But the only other Cub with a hit was DH Seiya Suzuki, and that was late in the game. Nobody was on base. Nothing kind of came up out of that. And Justin Turner, man, he continues to struggle this season. What was he? He was 0-3 today, bringing him to 198 batting average on the season. And he only has 3 extra base hits all season and over 100 at-bats. So 40-year-old, they brought him in primarily to face some left-handed pitching. But even with that, he's really not doing too much, struggling. And the Cubbies overall, just not much happening. So here's some of the cool stuff they have on MLB.com. They do a player of the game, which was Newt Barr. Home run, 2 RBIs, a run, 20.6. WPA, wins above replacement, I believe. Don't even quote me on that. I'm not the biggest analytics guys. I'm still a man-analytics type of dude. But top performers, you see Liberatore, 7 innings, 6 hits. Wilson Contreras, man, came back to bite us today. Former Chicago Cub, 2016 world champion. He went 3 of 4, 2 doubles. He scored a run. And PCA, man, continues to be the MVP of the Chicago Cubs. Some might say the MVP of the National League, even though Shohei Ohtani is definitely stepping in for that. But PCA goes 2 for 3, also 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, our only 2 runs we had today. You see a quick team comparison. The Cubs, only 2 runs, 7 hits, compared to the Cardinals, 8 runs, 11 hits. And they were obviously taking advantage when they had those hits and bringing people in. Cardinals crazy, had 4 home runs, I think all against Ben Brown, 25 total bases. The Cubs did leave 6 men on base. But you see just kind of overall a dud performance today. Ben Brown got shelled. Offense got shut down. And it kind of seems to be a story of what's been happening recently. Starting pitching struggling, not really giving us enough where every game you can't expect the offense to score 7, 8 runs, have all these crazy comebacks like they were having at the beginning of the season. We could take a look, though, real quick at this. Is what's really cool, too, about the MLB website is they have all these like key plays. So let's take a real quick look here. So 0-0. When the Cardinals took the lead, Ben Brown just hangs one up. Newbar drills it out to right field. That gave him the 2-0 lead in the 4th. So that's kind of the only difference today is usually, if you've been watching the Cubbies all season, Ben Brown usually gets shelled in the first inning, doesn't really make it this far. Today he had 0-0 going into the fourth, ends up getting rocked the last couple of innings. But things still look pretty good, though, at least going into that point. And you got a little PCA double right here. And I was thinking, all right, we're good. Here comes the offense. But nothing else really happened, at least not right there, besides this RBI single coming in. So like I said earlier, you had the middle of the lineup, Carson Kelly, 2 hits, PCA, 2 hits, Nico Hoerner, 2 hits. There was one of PCA's, one of Carson Kelly's. He brought him in, and we're at 2-1, 5th inning. I'm like, all right, Ben Brown, you're doing pretty solid today. Little did I know what was to come here, which was going to be an onslaught, another 2-run home run. And they said, like, you can't just drop the ball down the middle like that. It's not going to lead to any success. Being 97 down the middle for the MLB, that's easy peasy. Drills another one out to right field. And then guess what? Another one. All of these were 2-run home runs. Alec Burleson comes up, destroys a high 90-mile-an-hour fastball. And the same thing, all of these, that wasn't horrible pitch placement, but a 90-mile-an-hour high fastball in the MLB. They're going to take advantage. Then Nolan Gorman, Norman Gorman, another bomb off Brown. Brown just got rocked today, guys. Nothing else you could do. Their guy killed. Justin Turner, like I said, struggling. He did get the sacrifice fly, but in this moment, we needed something. This is where you need a double, an extra base hit, a home run. We needed something right here. Turner didn't do much. And I think it's time to start looking for somebody else, guys. Justin Turner, been a fan of him, but dude is getting old, man. I'm also a redhead, at least in the summer. I get red. Justin Turner right now, bro, not doing it for me. We're going to have to look into getting somebody, and we need another bat. We obviously need another pitcher. We need another starting pitcher, another reliever. I'm thinking maybe a lefty. But the good news is, guys, we desperately need pitching, and the good thing is that pitching is on the way. So if you guys aren't on Twitter, if you've been hiding under a rock all day, good thing is Shota Imanaga, he's set to return this Thursday in the series finale against the St. Louis Cardinals. And much needed help from him, man. We need the starting pitching. We can't be expecting, these guys that have kind of come out of nowhere, the Matthew Boyds of the world, Jameson Taillon, Cade Horton, a rookie. We can't expect them to carry us through the season. Justin Steele went down. Shota went down. But now we're back. So here's a quick breakdown real quick on Shota Imanaga with that hamstring injury. So Shota, he went down May 4th with that hamstring injury. And the Cubs starter been a little bit of a mixed bag. Sports Card breaks it down. Matthew Boyd, 2.92 ERA, so he's been solid. Cade Horton, only a rookie, but also been very solid at 3.73 ERA. Jameson Taillon, even though he did get a little bit rocked when I went to the game last Thursday, he's been pretty solid, nothing crazy. 3.83 ERA. Colin Rea struggling a bit, 5.19 ERA. Then Ben Brown got rocked today. Been getting rocked. Pretty rough for him lately. Has had a 6.07 ERA since May 4th when Shota went down. So overall, our rotation since Shota went down has a 4.41 ERA. That's ranking in the bottom third of the MLB. And the Cubbies, they've gone 25-16 in that stretch. So we're still atop at the NL Central, and not bad considering we've been missing Shota. We've been missing Justin Steele. But when we play against these really good teams, you can tell we need somebody that can go out there, the ace of the staff, that can strike people out, not have to expect the defense to play so good when you're not going to be striking people out. And against the top teams, that's what you need. You don't want to let them put the ball in play because eventually that's going to lead to hits. You need somebody that can just shut people down the old-fashioned way. Ham, sit them down. But shout out to Grok, because I use Grok on Twitter for that one right there. He gave me some of those Shota Imanaga stats. But he's set to come back this Thursday. We need him. The starting lineup needs him. I think it's going to be a nice boost for the whole bench right now, the whole team. We've been in a little bit of a skid. We did have I think we lost the series to the Brewers. We lost the series to the Mariners. So we need a bounce back. We need something, but shout out to Shota Imanaga. He'll be back for us, man, and it's desperately needed. We'll see what else we could do, who else we could go out and pick up. There's been a lot of talk about Alcantara from the Marlins. So we'll see what the Cubbies do, and I'll probably do another video on that, talking about some options. But I'm pumped up, guys. If you guys are excited like I am for Shota to get back, drop a comment, hit the like, because Shota, he'll be back, guys. We need him. We bring him. We bring him back, Shota. And shout out to Shota Imanaga. Then here's a real quick look at why we need him pretty bad. And you see Ben Brown today against the Cardinals. Innings 1-3, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, no runs, no home runs, no walks. Innings 4-6, a whole nother story. 8 runs, 4 home runs, 7 hits, no strikeouts, and 2 walks. So pretty much gave up, allowed 4 2-run homers, faced 2 batters in the 6th. Send Ben Brown somewhere, guys. Whether it's down to the minors, trade him if anybody even wants him. We got to get rid of him because he's not doing much for us here on the north side. But things are still looking good for us, man. Even though we're struggling of late, we're still number 1 in the NL Central. And you know that's all that matters. You got to get into the dance. You got to get into the MLB playoffs to even have a chance to win. And I think with another starter, with another reliever, we'll be right back in the mix. But like I said, things are still looking really good. We got to talk a little bit about the All-Star voting. So Cubbies right now, we still have 2 of the top 3 outfielders in All-Star voting. We have somebody in almost the top 5 of every position in the National League. Obviously, you got to credit a lot of that to the Cubs fan base. So shout out to all of us. I know I've been voting. Shout out to you if you've been voting. But that's the thing. We got one of the best fan bases. We're going to get some of the most votes. Do they all deserve it? I don't know. I don't care. Try to get as many Cubbies into that starting lineup, into that game as possible. And we all heard, and hopefully you have, the Cubbies are going to be hosting the All-Star game in a couple seasons. But let's take a real quick look. And if you haven't looked at the All-Star updates, is a great time. Tap in with me, see what these All-Star updates are all about. So first base, still got Freddie Freeman, Pete Alonso, number 2, and then Michael Busch at 3. He's actually been pretty solid. But once again, it's kind of the Cubbies thing. You see that big drop-off right there. I don't think he'll actually make it. Second base, man, where I think actually Nico Hoerner deserves a little bit more credit than he's getting. But Ketel Marte from the D-backs leading at number 1. Tommy Edman from the Dodgers, number 2. Nico Hoerner, Jeff McNeil, and Brendan Donovan to bring it out. But pretty much, man, Nico's been amazing on defense, pretty solid on offense, but he has a lot of ground to make up here with some of these guys almost doubling him up. Then at shortstop, another Chicago Cubby in there. We got Francisco Lindor, Mookie Betts, Ellie De La Cruz, Trey Turner. Why I say like a little baby? Trey Turner. Dansby Swanson. But it'll be, Dansby has no chance here. But if Lindor, 4-time All-Star, he's trying to earn that elusive first All-Star selection with the Mets. So, I didn't even know that. So right now, Lindor, he's only been an All-Star when he was on the Cleveland Guardians. Now he's on the Mets, hasn't made an All-Star team, so we'll see how that goes. Betts, meanwhile, has made the full-time transition to shortstop with aplomb. I don't even know what that means. Aplomb. Well, I have no idea what that means. As he bids for his 9th All-Star nod. Third base, another Cubby. Definitely doesn't deserve it, so you know he's just there because of that. But Manny Machado, Max Muncy, which is a little surprising, hasn't been too great this year. Eugenio Suarez, Alec Baum, Matt Shaw. Then here we go, baby. Chicago Cubbies running the outfield right now. PCA, 2 million votes, number 1 in the All-Star voting for the outfield. You know he's going to be starting in center field. Teoscar Hernandez right behind him. Or not right behind him, actually. PCA, pretty big lead. But Teoscar Hernandez, 1.3 million. Then Kyle Tucker, going to get his first All-Star, not in the National League, with over 1.2 million. And crazy right here is Ronald Acuna Jr. had barely been back, hasn't played all season. He's already up there at number 4. Juan Soto, a little bit of an underwhelming season at 5. Corbin Carroll, Andy Pages, Fernando Tatis, and James Wood. They got a little cool breakdown right here, though. PCA has been one of the biggest surprises of 2025 so far. He's already put together a 20 home run, 20 steal season. We're not even halfway through. And let's see, coming off a career year, Teoscar Hernandez back at it. Tucker's been good for the Cubbies. Or Cunha, let's see, he made his debut in May. Man. But things are heating up. Even right here, Wilson Smith, Carson Kelly, which I don't even know if he's been that great, but he's right there with it. We could do it. Huge first month of the season, facts. Then this is what's been hurting me, though. That Seiya, only number 3, because Rafael Devers came over from the San Francisco Giants, so he took over number 2, 1.1 million votes. Seiya Suzuki, number 3. And Shohei Ohtani, 2.5 million. So only guy above PCA right now in the NL is Shohei Ohtani, right? Yeah, before I say that. Oh, no, Freddie Freeman. Who's got more? Freddie Freeman. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, wait, no, it's Will Smith. Who's got more? PCA? I think Freddie Freeman's winning. Freddie. That's bullshit. But LA's bigger, too. LA's bigger than Chicago, unfortunately. Freeman. See what happens in the playoffs, though, man. It's going to be great. But right now, the thing I'm most excited for, All-Star game coming up. PCA right now leading the outfield. Going to be the starting center fielder. Hoping Kyle Tucker holds on to that lead right now. It's getting a little bit close. But I want to see PCA, Kyle Tucker both starting. And I've kind of been thinking, like, how many All-Stars are we actually going to have? PCA, Kyle Tucker. Hopefully Seiya Suzuki can squeeze in there. That might be it. Unless we get maybe somebody from the bullpen, because the bullpen has been super solid. But we'll see how things start to finish up in MLB All-Star game. July 15th, so only like 3 weeks away. They're in, where are they at this year? What's Truist Park? In Georgia. They're on the grind in Georgia. They're going to be in the Atlanta Braves. I feel like they play in Atlanta like every other year. How many All-Star games has Atlanta hosted? Only 3 times, but it does feel pretty I guess it wasn't recent at all. I thought it was like 2 years ago. No, not since 2000. I guess I'm wrong. Only the 3rd All-Star game there. I was like 7 years old, so I don't think that was yesterday by any means. But this year at the Truist Park, which sounds kind of lit. Yo, we at the Truist Park. We're here in Atlanta, Georgia, the 30339 Truist Park. Shout out to Cobb County. But they're going to be hosting the game July 15th, coming up in only a couple of weeks. But Cubbies, baby, keep the votes coming in. We got to get PCA in. We got to get Kyle Tucker in. We got to get Seiya in. Let me know who else you're trying to get in for the Chicago Cubs. Am I missing anybody? It's going to probably be at least 1 or 2 bullpen guys. We'll see who they end up choosing. But shout out to the Cubbies. Even though we're still struggling, even though we've been a little bit on the grind, falling a little bit low, we're still atop the Central. And help is on the way, guys. Shota Imanaga, he'll be back this Thursday against the St. Louis Cardinals, guys. And we need him. And we need him bad, guys. Drop a comment. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. We're helping grow the Ant Farm little by little. But if you're still here, you're the truest, not like the Truist Park where they're going to have the All-Star game, but you a real one. And you always got to remember, guys, when you're signing out here on the entertainment channel, you got to go crazy. Don't be lazy. And don't be doing nothing fugazi, guys. Deuces.